Got 10:23.
All right, we are here live in Des Moines for our final game, the Consolation Game. It's a rematch of last night's game against the Quad City Blues.
And a loss, but a narrow one, a very entertaining game, 6-5. The Wildcats came from 2 goals down 2 times, once to take the lead, once to tie it up, but they wound up losing. Did lose some time at the end, which could have helped them. The non-stop clock was used because the game had taken a while, and actually the game ended during a break, which was too bad.
Yes, it was, and they had some pretty good scoring chances right there in the closing seconds of the game.
Well, they had taken their goalie, of course, off the ice and had a 6-on-5.
Yeah. From the look of it, they have 20 minutes up on the clock right now. I don't wonder if they'll change that. It looks like maybe they are.
I would guess 12-minute periods in these games here in this tournament, and that's the case the whole season, isn't it, for the Wildcats?
Actually, we play 13-minute periods with 2-minute penalties.
Okay,
so that's another difference.
Right. Well, 1-minute penalties here, which is a little strange.
Yeah, I wonder what the reasoning is behind that.
I don't know. Just to try it out, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, the championship game is going on right now between Des Moines and Omaha, both of whom have beaten both of these teams. And this is, as you say, the consolation game. Maybe we can call it the third place game.
Yes.
If the Wildcats can win, they finish third. That would be very nice.
That would be a big deal for them. Today they're going to be in their navy blue away jerseys, the orange lettering, and the Blues will be in their white jerseys with black and blue accents.
Yeah, they were in the were they in the opposite yesterday?
No, they were in the white.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it's been a great weekend here in Des Moines for us, but even more so maybe for the Wildcat players.
Yeah, I think last night's game was such a big deal for them as they found some offense, and I think they really started coming together as a team, learning to trust each other and rely upon each other, which is a big part of any team sport.
And I know that's true in college sports. A lot of college athletes never had experiences like this in high school. Their road games were all games they traveled to and returned from on the same day. And so this kind of experience, from what I've been told by college coaches, brings players closer together and makes them even more emotional teammates, which is great.
It is, and I think that was pretty much the goal of the tournament. Whether or not we won or lost, it was more the bonding experience for these girls, and I know it means a lot to them to be here. So a lot of their other counterparts, that the other travel girls on the team that play for the Storm or Warhawks, those girls get to do tournaments all the time.
Yes.
One of them, Jillian Young, who's a freshman on our team, plays for the Storm, and her dad told me they were going to do 8 or 9 tournaments this year.
Wow. And these are weekends somewhere
weekends,
out of town? Yeah.
So I think it's good for some of these girls who never, ever get to do a tournament to get that same experience.
Yep. It absolutely is. Now, their next game after this one is a week from tonight. It's against Burlington, the Burlington Grizzlies, but it's at the Seven Bridges Ice Arena, which is in Burlington or near it?
Yes. I think it's in Woodbridge.
Okay.
It's by Darien, kind of over in that area.
Yeah.
Is there a Burlington, Illinois?
I think so, but I'm not even sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have teams in our league like Maine. Maine isn't a town; it's just school.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe Burlington is not.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah. But that's the first game of the actual.
That'll be the
season.
first. Yep, the first game of our regular season, and there are 6 teams in our division. We will play each of them 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And we have in our division is Burlington Grizzlies, Barrington. I don't know if the Barrington even has the Barrington Phillies.
Okay.
Lake Forest Academy.
Yeah.
Lake Forest.
That was the team that they beat.
No, that was Lake Forest High School.
Okay.
They have 2 teams up there.
Okay.
And then the Chicago Central Romans. Maybe it's North Central. Anyway, those are the 5 teams.
And all the games now after this are against them?
Against those 5 teams,
Yeah.
yes.
So 15 games.
15 games. And then there's the playoffs at the end where I believe the top 2 teams from each division have a weekend of playoffs.
Well, it would be great if the Wildcats could finish in the top 2.
I think that they have a chance. I know
Yeah.
the Barrington team is a really tough team, especially when they have 3 really outstanding players, and when those players are there, they probably should be in the other division. But when they don't have those 3, they're down in our division.
Yeah.
A little bit of a weird thing with all the different girls that play other travel teams. Looks like maybe we're just waiting on the officials here for the game before the girls can take the ice.
Yeah, I think it's ready to be skated upon any moment here.
Yeah, it's customary the girls are not allowed to get on the ice until the officials are on the ice.
Yeah. Well, and the officials get the net in the proper position. Neither of them are at the moment.
1 second, I'm going to take this call from our coach. That was our coach calling, asking if I had a picture of the roster, and luckily, Dick has one right here.
So he's received it. Yep.
Yes.
Nice
Thumbs
scoring.
up from him. We got officials on the ice now.
All right, there we go.
Wildcats take the ice first.
You're really good at sending that picture rapidly. So the same 2 teams who faced one another last evening.
Well, this is good sportsmanship. 2 of the Wildcats down there fist pumping the Quad City Blues as they came onto the ice.
Yeah. They played at 5 o'clock last evening, so that was 17 or 19 hours ago.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. 17 hours ago. Or is it 15 hours ago? My math isn't going too well at the moment. It was something like that. 17, okay. So how many times do you play a team twice within 24 hours? In the playoffs, maybe.
Only in the playoffs, only in a tournament style.
Yeah.
But during the season, never. You sometimes will have back-to-back, like home-away games.
On the scoreboard, they have WCAT.
Yeah.
As though it was the Wildcats,
Yep.
but it's the Wildkits because this is not the Northwestern team.
And I think Wildcats is a term that not many people outside of Evanston have heard of. So
Yeah.
commonly confused.
But it's a nice name. I like it.
About a minute and a half left of warm-ups here.
The Wildcats practicing some shots against their goaltender, Leela Brownlee, who's had a great tournament.
We are all checked out of the hotel and
Yeah.
we'll be heading back after our game today. we are going to stop at Iowa City and check out University of Iowa and eat lunch on near the campus. So some of the girls who are a little older, even some of the girls who are younger, can kind of get the feel of what maybe the University of Iowa looks like. And
Yep.
I know Caitlin and Whitney are both looking at schools right now, and Claudia and Claire will be doing that next year.
I told you earlier it was a little bit off the interstate, but I thought you meant Iowa State. And so the University of Iowa is right on I-80.
Yeah. Yeah, it was looked like a good spot for lunch.
That's beautiful. And that's a nice campus.
I'm not sure I've ever been there.
No? Yeah, they had another football victory yesterday over Northwestern.
Oh, they did? What was the score? I didn't
40-14.
Oh.
Yeah.
Decisive.
Yeah, the Wildcats have not had a great football season.
No.
So far. All right, we're about ready to go. We are in West Des Moines, Iowa, at the Mid-American Company Recplex. 2 rinks here. This is the smaller one, the one that these 2 teams played on yesterday evening.
And our one lone fan sits right below us.
Yes. One lone Wildcat fan. She has a granddaughter on the team.
She does.
Yes. Same granddaughter I have and the daughter that Brent Nord has. My name is Dick Ludke, and so it's Brent and I who will describe this game to you, the final game of the 4 games that the Wildcats play here in West Des Moines in this tournament. And we're ready for the opening face-off. Caitlin Brownlee, one of the 2 daughters of the coach Pat Brownlee, on the squad, looking to win the draw.
And Nord Crow back on defense.
As the puck comes back to Claudia Nord, and she sends it into the Quad City zone. So we're underway. Final game of this tournament for the Wildcats. As the puck comes loose, but unable to get it there successfully was Weber, and back into the Evanston zone it goes. Nord with it there, looking for a teammate, and it's just past Weber, and it's going to go all the way down past the goal line. It's icing against Evanston.
We're going to be going back down to our end.
And a line change. The freshman line now. Centers Marin Pleiter, and she'll look for the draw. And it's put out past the blue line, and grabbing it is Jade Angel, sends it into the Quad City zone. Here's Angel getting it back, but then loses it, comes back outside the blue line, and the Wildcats have to put it back and start over again. Isabel Graysick ahead to Pleiter. She loses it, but Angel picked it up, and now here's Graysick. Her pass is deflected, but now it comes across the blue line and into the Quad City zone. Back out to the point. A battle for it. It's loose. A scramble, and coming up with it is Race. Now it's loose, and outside the zone it goes. Back comes the Quad Cities, and a whistle and an offsides against the Blues.
Well, significantly better start than we had yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, we're a minute and a half into the game. At this point yesterday, it was 2-0 in favor of the Quad Cities.
We got a full line change with Brownlee, Conager, and Weber, and Nord and Crow back out on defense.
Nord feeds it ahead to Caitlin Brownlee. Across the timeline it goes. Conager with it. To the left of the net, a back backhand pass right across the middle, but it flies all the way to the board and now is sent down to the other end by the Quad Cities, and that's another icing call, this time against the Blues. So a face-off in the Quad City zone. And the same players stay on the ice for the Wildcats. Brownlee wins the draw. Comes back to Nord. Nord ahead toward Brownlee, toward Weber, off her skates. Comes to the corner and picked up by the Quad Cities. Here they come at center ice. A drive into the zone, but taken away nicely by Gracelyn Crow, and to center ice it goes. Now it's loose, and the Wildcats put it almost on the net. It's a little bit wide to the near side. Here's a pass up to the top, but it comes out to a Quad Cities player. Nord, the defender, the Quad Cities player into the zone. Drop pass, and here's a drive and an open shot, and a great save by Brownlee, her first of the game. She covers it up, setting up the face-off.
Sometimes getting that first save for the goalie can be a big deal.
Well, the first two shots in the game yesterday, she was not able to get. Yeah. So that's a good start. We're 2.5 minutes into the first period. No score. The Quad Cities and Evanston. And a loose puck, but now taken away nicely by Pleiter. Marin Pleiter drives into the zone in front of the defender. A shot and a stop as it's deflected to the corner. Good effort by Pleiter. Comes out to the point. Now across the blue line it goes all the way down into the Evanston zone. It's not icing. It was touched by one of the Wildcats. Graysick sends it ahead to Angel, who drops it for Pleiter. Pleiter, a backhand dump down deep into the zone. Goes to the corner. Here's Kramer putting it on net. It's covered up by the goaltender for the Blues, and another face-off coming in the zone of the Quad Cities.
We're going to get full line changes here with Brownlee, Conager, and Weber, and Crow and Nord back out on the ice.
And Brownlee to win the draw. She does, but it's loose and picked up by the Quad Cities. Across the blue line. And a backhand shot is saved by Brownlee. It goes to the corner. Picked up, though, by the Quad Cities. Here's behind the net. Crow on the lady with the puck. It comes out to the point. Now a shot, and it's a little wide to the right side. Now in the front, and a backhand effort, but it's blocked nicely by Nord. Comes out toward the point, picked up, and sent back in. Goes all the way to the corner on the right side, and now off the board it goes and ahead to center ice. And here's Conager chasing it into the Quad City zone. It's loose and a scramble, and now Brownlee has it. The shot is saved by the goaltender for the Quad Cities. Now another centering pass is knocked away. Now it comes right across the goal mouth, but it goes through it, and it's picked up by the Quad Cities. So the other way we go. 4 minutes into the game, no score. Yesterday, there were 7 goals scored in the first period. So far today, 0. As up against the board on the near side, picked up by the Wildcats, and they dump it into the Quad City zone. Off the board it goes and behind the net. And now a pass along the board, but taken away beautifully by Graysick. She tries to get it ahead, gets it back, and then it's knocked away again. And here's a swat of the puck, which goes all the way down for icing against the Quad Cities. Well, a pretty even match so far.
It is.
7.5 minutes to go in period number 1. A lot of stoppages of play, which makes you think that we could get to the non-stop timer in the third period, which could be unfortunate. This game likely to be close. As it gets through, a Wildcat player goes all the way down to the Wildcat zone. But getting there first is Graysick. A good job by her, although she falls, loses the puck. Getting it was Crow. She tries to send it ahead. It's still in the Wildcat zone. Up at the point. A battle for it there, and it's loose. And here's Kramer with it now. Zoe Kramer sends it into the Quad City zone. Now back it goes to center ice, and it gets past Grace, who chases it down in the corner, back in the Evanston zone. Ahead to Kramer. Kramer tries to dump it ahead, can't do it. The shot just a little wide of the net. And the Wildcats now get it back all the way down it goes, and there's another icing call against the Wildcats. 6:40 left in a scoreless first period. And another change in the lineup.
We have Graysick and Race on defense, and Brownlee, Weber, and Conager on offense.
The freshman line with Marin Pleiter looking for the draw, not able to win it this time.
This is actually the Brownlee line.
Oh, it is? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got it. So this is not the freshman line, and it was Brownlee on the face-off. Now the Wildcats get it, and they come across, and they've got a 2-on-1. The pass too far ahead. Chasing it down in the corner is Whitney Race. Now back out into the goal mouth, but picked up by the Quad Cities, and a pass ahead, and they've got a break, but knocked away beautifully by Graysick. She stopped that opportunity for the Quad Cities. It's at center ice. It's loose. Now Nord on the ice. She just got on, and she sends it ahead, but picked up by the Quad Cities. And into the zone they go. And a shot, a fake shot, and now the puck knocked away into the corner by the Wildcats. It's picked up by Brownlee. Gracelyn Brownlee, that's Caitlin Brownlee, puts it ahead. It's at center ice. Quad Cities pick it up there. And now across the blue line they go. Couple defenders back, one of which is Nord, knocks the puck away, but now it comes back, and a shot on goal. Good save by Leela Brownlee. Comes to the corner, but another opportunity, and then knocked away nicely again by Nord, who has the puck and flies the other way. Poked away from Claudia at the blue line. She looks to pass it now and stays with the defender and feeds it ahead, but it's knocked away by the Quad Cities. Right back to Nord. Nord again with a pass, knocked down, unable to field it was Pleiter. And that almost looked like it could have been a penalty, but it's not. And now a pass to center ice. And here's Pleiter with it. It comes loose. Picked up by the Wildcats. Ahead it goes. And now knocked away from Angel. Loose again in the middle. And back comes Quad Cities, but a great knock away that time by the defender Whitney Race. And now it comes on goal. And it's deflected off the ice, or off the net, by the Wildcat goaltender, Leela Brownlee. Comes out toward the point for the Quad Cities. A shot toward the goal. Blocked nicely by the Wildcats. Now it comes back that way. Leela Brownlee steers it off the net. And here come the Wildcats. But again, they can't get it out of the zone. Now they do. It was backhanded out by Zoe Kramer. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in period number one. No score here between these two teams, who scored 7 goals collectively in the first period yesterday. A steal by the Quad Cities. A drive toward the goal. The defender is there, and the shot is blocked or deflected by Graysick. It goes to the corner. Good job by Isabel. Isabel Graysick now has it sent back behind the net. Now it's in front. A shot on goal. Great save by Brownlee. And it comes loose, and Claudia Nord picks it up and sends it ahead. But it's knocked away again. Nord goes back to get it, gets it to Kramer, and that goes across the blue line. And here is Pleiter with a break on the goal. Pleiter, a backhand shot, partially deflected, easily saved, and the Quad Cities has it back. Comes out toward the point, and the Quad Cities with the possession. Coming across the blue line, pass to the center. Nord is there, but it's knocked away, and it comes right on net, but scooped up nicely by Leela Brownlee. 3:09 left first period.
Oh, definitely have had some good scoring chances here.
Yes.
Just unable to convert on them.
Well, give both goaltenders credit
Definitely.
so far in this game.
All right, we have Brownlee, Weber, and Conager, and Nord and Close still back out.
As a slap shot is just behind the net. It almost looked like that one went in. Now it's centered, and a shot is missed. An opportunity there, a great one for the Quad Cities. And it comes out to center ice. So just under 3 minutes to go, first period, still no score. Brownlee sends it ahead, but it's picked up by the Quad Cities. They get it to center ice, and now at the blue line and coming into the Wildcat zone. Pass across, and a shot, no. And another great save by Leela Brownlee, as the Quad Cities has really had some great opportunities here in the recent going. Now another shot, partially blocked, I believe, by Race, goes into the corner, and the Wildcats can't get it out of the zone, but now they do. And here is a breakaway opportunity. It is Koniger who gets it into the zone, but it's immediately taken away by the Quad Cities. Ahead it goes. Graysick is there to field it at center ice. Her drop pass is a little off the mark, and it's loose, but now picked up by Race, who gets it barely into the zone and then loses it. And the Quad Cities had it, lost it. Wildcats have it back. Here they come at center ice. Brownlee chasing it down. She can't get it, but Weber is there to knock it free. And now it's Nord into the zone. A great pass to an open player, but it was a little too far for Koniger. It's backed out to Nord by Koniger, and a shot is blocked by the Quad Cities. But still in the Quad Cities zone. With it now is Pleiter, chasing it down behind the net, but her teammate Kramer gets it. Now Pleiter, now back to Kramer, but it passes by her and goes into the corner. And the pass out to the point, and a shot on goal by Nord, stopped by the Quad Cities goaltender with 1:21 to go in the scoreless opening period. And again, the change in the lineup for the most part. The line has changed. Defensive players are back out there. Draw comes back out to the defender, Graceland Crow. She gets it back into the corner. Here's Pleiter with it. Pleiter looking. With it is Angel. Angel against the board. Pleiter kept it free. It's loose, and the Quad Cities get it. The Quad City Blues across the timeline, but nicely.
Blue line.
Oh, thank you. Again, they crossed the blue line after it came out to center, and here's the shot, but it's deflected nicely by Grace Crow out in the front and knocked away and picked up by Pleiter. Pleiter driving across the blue line, and the shot on goal, saved with the stick by the goaltender for the Quad Cities. Half minute now to go in the opening period. And into the Wildcat zone it goes, chased down by Race. Now Nord gets it across the blue line, and it's knocked out of play, or not. Well, it must have been touched by somebody out of play. And a stoppage of play with 16 and a half seconds left in the opening period. No score here between Evanston and the Quad Cities. Face-off just outside the blue line, won by the Wildcats, who get it into the zone. 10 seconds left, goes behind the net, picked up by Graysick, looking to center it, can't do it. Taken by the Quad Cities, but now the Wildcats get it back as the period comes to an end. The opening period is complete, and neither team has scored a goal so far.
Much different than yesterday. I believe the score was 4-3 after the first period.
Yep.
So good, strong start for both teams. Definitely like what I've seen from our goaltender.
Yes, she has been great.
She has made some really, really good saves so far.
And of the 3 games prior to this one, 2 of them I thought were outstanding. Yesterday was not as good as the first 2, but she is a good goaltender.
She's fantastic. And the fact that she is a freshman.
Yes.
Says a lot about what's to come from Leela Brownlee.
Yep. Well, each of the teams conversing with their head coach, Pat Brownlee, for the Wildcats.
What I also liked during this first period, what I saw is the kids were getting a lot of scoring chances.
Yes.
Which in the very first 2 games of the tournament, we didn't see as many.
Right.
So,
well, I think they've picked up some confidence, and we talked earlier about being together helps you be a better teammate when you're overnight with your other teammates, and it helps your whole team be a little more productive, I think.
I think so too.
And we've seen that, and I assume that applies to the other teams as well, especially those not West Des Moines, because they are here, and it's just like a bunch of home games at home for them. But for the Quad Cities and for Omaha, it's helping them in the same way.
I can only imagine that's the case.
Well, period 2 just about to begin here in West Des Moines, Iowa. The change of directions now on your screen. The Wildcats will be trying to get the puck in the direction to your right.
All right, out on the ice right now we have Conager, Weber, and Brownlee as our forwards, and Crow and Nord back on defense.
As Brownlee wins the draw, but it comes loose just on the other side of the red line. Picked up now by Conager, whose backhander is knocked away and sent into the Wildcat zone by the Quad Cities. Here's Nord. Nice pass ahead to Brownlee. She lost it, though. Now it's knocked away. Nord gets it again. Comes out to center, and the Wildcats get it out of the zone. Chasing it down the Quad Cities. They get it behind the net, send it out to the point. It's there, but knocked away, and Conager gets it against the Quad City defender. She's not able to hang on to it. It goes to the other corner. Picked up there by Gabby Weber. Centered, but no one there to take it. And now it's at the point and knocked out of the zone. Comes back to center. Claudia Nord fields it and goes around one defender. Now a couple more. Here comes Nord inside. Lost the puck just before she could shoot it. And it's dumped back out by the Quad Cities. It'll go all the way across the goal line, and that will be icing against the Lady Blues. So a little bit more than a minute into period 2, still scoreless. And the change in the lineup for both teams.
Plyder, Kramer, and Angel out there for the Kits, as well as Graysick and Race back on defense.
And the draw comes out to the point for the Wildcats. Race lost it, picked off by Quad Cities. A break to the goal and a shot. Backhander is in for the first goal of the game. A great fake. And then the puck moved to the backhand, and through the goal line it went. It's 1-0 in favor of the Wild. Or of the Blues, excuse me. Comes with 10:42 left to go in period number 2. Well, it's too bad. The puck lost on the other side of the red line, and it gave the Quad Cities an opportunity for the breakaway. So Kramer with it now for Evanston. Dumps it into the zone. Leiter back there to try to get it. It comes out to the front. Nobody there to put it in for the Wildcats. It was a good place to drop the pass. Here behind the net, Wildcats have it, looking to center it, and it's loose. And now it comes out toward the point and picked off by the Blues. And across the timeline, or across the red line, and now into the zone, and a shot is saved nicely by Evanston. A missed shot on the rebound. It's loose up against the board and picked off by Pleiter. Pleiter drives the other way. Somebody is with her. That's Angel. Back to Pleiter, but it is offsides. Pleiter just a little too far as Angel got that puck right at the blue line. So a face-off just outside the blue line. Outside the Quad City zone. And Brownlee and her line out there now for the face-off. And the Quad Cities wins it. Here's the drive, and a good knock away by the defender Crow. Comes to the side and knocked back into center ice by Brownlee. It's loose again and picked up by the Quad Cities, but there to run it down is Graceland Crow. Around the boards it goes, up to the top and out of the zone. 1-0. The Blues lead it over the Evanston Wildcats here early in the second period. It goes to the corner. And a backhand centering pass is there, and a shot and a great save by Leila Brownlee. That's a tough save. She got into position beautifully on that pass just across the mouth of the goal. Weber gets it out of the zone now for the Quad Cities. The Blues bring it back to center ice, but it's loose for a moment. Weber almost made the steal, knocked away, and it's loose at center ice again. Nord with it, and Nord takes it away and drives the other way, and then loses it at center ice, picked off by the Quad Cities. A 1-on-2 drive and a shot over the goal, off the board, picked up by Brownlee. Caitlin Brownlee ahead to Koniger, and she's unable to hold on to it. It comes loose again. Weber had a chance to get it. Now Nord, but Nord lost it. A drive by the Quad Cities and a centering pass, but nobody is there. And Weber picks it up for the Wildcats. Ahead to Brownlee. Now it's loose. Weber gets it back. Now it comes back again. It's Nord who feeds it ahead. And now we have a stoppage of play.
Penalty on somebody.
It
High
is.
sticking.
Yes. And that is against the Quad Cities. So a power play opportunity. Again, only 1 minute on the power play, but a power play opportunity it is for the Wildcats, who trail 1-0. And the face-off down in the Blues zone. Pleiter and the freshman line out there as the draw comes back toward the point. Race deals it over toward Graysick, and now it crosses the blue line. And the Wildcats have to run it down. And an offensive player back behind the defender, but the Wildcats get it. And here comes Pleiter across the blue line. Puck knocked away. It comes over to Angel. Angel puts it in the corner. Pleiter with it there. Back to the point. Here's Graysick. A shot on goal is knocked down by a defender. And a pass ahead, kept in the zone by Race. Good job. Now it goes to Kramer. Kramer ahead. Here's a shot. And it's just behind the net off the inside of the goalie by Pleiter. Loose behind the net. A battle. And it comes out to the point again. Graysick with it here on the power play. Fans on the shot, but now gets it, sends it ahead. Picked off by the Quad Cities. We're down to no more time in the penalty. So the power play does not work for the Wildcats. They still trail 1-0. Here's a shot at the other end, picked up by Race, and she deals it back out to the point. Now another shot is wide to the left. Not quite halfway through period 2. As the Wildcats get it, and it's Kramer who sends it ahead, maybe too far. It is icing against Evanston. 6:46 left to play in period 2. 1-0 in favor of the Quad Cities. The Blues scored their goal earlier in this second period. It was a scoreless first period. And because of the icing, the face-off down in the Evanston zone. The draw won by Evanston. Nord gets it, backhands it up the board, but it's taken by the Quad Cities. Here's a shot blocked and picked up by Brownlee. Brownlee back up to the point again, and now across the blue line it goes. And the Quad Cities with the puck, but has to reset. They dump it into the zone, into the Evanston zone, behind the net. Here's Crow. And now it's loose, up on top, and a shot saved beautifully by Leila Brownlee. She's had some great ones.
She really has had some good ones.
6:17 to go in period 2. And another face-off in the Wildcat zone, won by the Blues. Backhand shot off target. Maybe a backhand pass, but it's knocked away by an Evanston player. That was Crow. Comes out of the zone now and dumped into the other zone. Down to the Quad Cities end we go. Behind the net it's taken, but intercepted by Brownlee. Then she dumps it to Koniger, who can't get the shot away, or at least it's blocked as she does hit it slightly, back the other way. The Quad Cities, the shot on goal, caught and saved by Brownlee. So still 1-0. 5:44 left in period 2. The 1-0 lead for the Quad Cities. 11 goals scored collectively in yesterday's game between these two teams. Here in the first half of this one, 1 goal scored. So it's been a little different so far. Kleider with the draw, wins it as it comes around the ice behind the net and picked up by Race, who sends it to Angel at center ice. Angel ahead to Kleider. Nice pass, but knocked away from her. However, kept in the zone by Angel. Goes back behind the net. Quad Cities has possession. The pass ahead, deflected by the Wildcats, but it comes to a Quad Cities player. Defended by Graysick. She turns, spins a great pass, and a shot is off the mark. Now another one, blocked beautifully by Brownlee and knocked out of the zone by the Wildcats. Kramer with it now, and out of the zone it goes. So another good job by Leela Brownlee, the freshman goaltender for the Wildcats. Still 1-0 is the deficit for Evanston. Quad Cities coming the other way. The pass a little too far, goes into the corner. Graysick chasing it down. She is with her Quad Cities opponent and is able to send it over to the other side to Jade Angel, who's not able to get it out of the zone. In the corner, centering pass and knocked away. Angel gets it again, ahead to Kramer, and here's Zoe Kramer at center ice. Knocked away from her, but she gets it back and feeds it into the Quad Cities zone. Now it's loose, but now picked up by the Quad Cities and sent to the other end. 2 defenders with the player, one of whom is knocked down, and a penalty is coming up against the Wildcats. It'll be against Whitney Race, and with 4:07 to go, the first power play of the game for the Quad Cities, again 1 minute in length. 1-0 Blues.
That's one way to prevent them from taking a shot.
That's true. Although there was another defender there. But still, yeah. You got to be aggressive.
Yep.
And sometimes that leads to a penalty. Can't help that. All right, here comes the face-off in the Evanston zone. A loose puck against the boards, taken by the Quad Cities. And a shot on goal and a good save, and it's loose out in front and dumped into the corner. Another good save by Brownlee. Now a backhand shot on goal, and Brownlee covers it up. And 17 seconds into the 1 minute power play, it's another face-off coming in the Wildcat zone. 3:50 to go in period 2. As the Blues win the face-off, have it up top. A shot on goal, deflected by Brownlee, the goaltender. Another save for her. Behind the net it goes. And Crow there to try to get it. She fights against the boards with a couple of opponents, sends it up top. Here's Weber, and she's able to bring it to center ice. Weber still with it, but then lost it. 2 defenders were on her. And here comes the Quad Cities again. In the Wildcat zone, a shot on goal, a little wide to the far side, the right side. Comes back out to the point. And halfway through the penalty, they've still got it. At the left wing. Now a shot knocked away. It comes loose, and the shot on goal saved by Brownlee. Beautiful job as the penalty comes to an end. Now it's loose and a scramble, and the Wildcats get it. So they are able to stop the power play opportunity for the Quad Cities and keep the score at 1-0 in favor of the Blues. Down to 2 3/4 minutes to go in period 2. Here come the Blues with another chance. A shot deflected nicely by Graysick, who's back on the ice as a defense person. Now it comes outside the blue line, and a whistle, and it's offsides against the Blues. 2:29 to go second period.
Brownlee has just been amazing out there in net.
She has.
She has stopped some really tough shots.
Yep. The one goal she gave up was pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah.
Pleiter and her line on the ice, but the Blues had won the faceoff, but now it's taken away by Pleiter. Pleiter into the zone. Backhand pass is intercepted by the goaltender, and she holds on to it for another faceoff. 2.25 minutes to go in period 2. 1-0 Quad Cities. A battle on the faceoff, and it's taken by the Blues. They come into the zone, and the shot bobbled by the goaltender, and a shot stopped by Brownlee and taken away by Pleiter. Big opportunity there for the Quad Cities to stop. Pleiter with good puck movement, but then it's knocked away. Still, however, in the Quad Cities zone. Goes to the corner. The pass out to the point, but a Quad Cities player is there against Graysick, who's able to keep it in. Good job by Isabel. Goes to the corner. And with it there, Zoe Kramer knocked it out to the point, and now it's taken the other way by the Quad Cities. And race there, but she can't stop it, and an opportunity for the Quad Cities. Shot is fanned. Behind the net it goes. Now it comes back to a Quad Cities player right in front of the net. It's loose, but knocked away beautifully by Graysick. And now with only 1:19 to go in the period, the puck's still in the Quad Cities zone, but now Kramer gets it out and sends it ahead toward Pleiter, but it was intercepted by the Quad Cities. And back they come. And a shot on goal and caught nicely by Brownlee with 1:04 to go in period 2.
Wow.
Still 1-0. The Blues lead the Wildcats, with the only goal coming early in this period. The face-off coming as Claudia Nord back on the ice, gets it, sends it ahead along the boards. It's loose up top and taken by the Quad Cities. And here's the pass back up toward the blue line, knocked away, but it comes to a Quad Cities player who delivers the pass that's a little off the mark, picked up in the corner, and a pass up front, and a loose puck up front, right in the goal mouth, but now a stoppage of play.
I think they whistled that as covered by the goalie.
All right.
They didn't see that it was loose.
Wasn't covered very long, but apparently long enough. And another face-off coming in the Evanston zone with 43 seconds to go in the period. And the puck right in the center, hit out of the zone by the Wildcats. Conager, I believe, did that as it comes back to center. Now knocked away and loose. A scramble for it. And it comes to Claudia Nord, who delivers it ahead to Brownlee. Brownlee now dumps it into the zone. 20 seconds to go in period number 2. Back behind the net. A Quad Cities player is there and puts it out in front. Picked off by Weber. She can't hold on to it. Out of the zone it goes. 8 seconds left in the period. Into the Evanston zone, but knocked away by Nord. And now no chance for them to score as the horn sounds, ending period number 2 with the score of the Quad Cities 1 and Evanston 0.
You know, Dick, I'm thinking that maybe the fact that yesterday's the game we played in the evening was the second game for both goalies, and so I wonder how much of a factor that played into
maybe good point
to the number of goals that were given up.
And I mean, I assume the coaches, both of them, have talked to their players about being better defensively than they were in the previous game between these two schools, and that's apparently working for both of them.
Yes. The goal that Leela gave up, that breakaway, it's a goal where it's kind of nobody's fault.
Yes.
Like you want Whitney to take that shot from the blue line, and when it just gets blocked by the defender off the knee pad, like you can't really do anything. It's just a weird ricochet, and now the defender just can get by her because she's in the finishing motion of her shot.
It was a little bit good fortune.
It was just good
Cities.
fortune. You see it happen. That's the danger of those blue line shots, but you don't want them to not shoot that because that's how she scored yesterday.
Yep. And one of the things about good fortune is you do have to take advantage of it, and they did that.
They did.
So give them credit for that. But it was, you really can't say that the Wildcats made an error on that play.
No.
Again, both coaches talking to their young ladies and getting ready for their final period here in the weekend tournament in West Des Moines. All these young women have played a lot of hockey, but they'll be done for a while after another 12 minutes of play. And hopefully the clock is stopped when the whistle blows. We'll see here in a moment.
Yeah,
what time is it?
It's 4 games in about 40 hours. That's that's pretty good.
Yes, it is. It is 13 after 11. They're supposed to be done by 11:30, I guess. So I don't know how the clock's going to work. That's 17 minutes, 12-minute period. Probably take a little longer than 17 minutes, but not much.
Not much.
So we'll see what happens as the opening draw of the third period is won by the Quad Cities. And it's loose, and now into the zone goes the Quad Cities, and a shot is wide to the near side and bounces off the board and comes back out to the wing, knocked away, and the Wildcats send it into the Quad Cities zone. And a race for the puck there, and the Quad Cities able to get there first, spinning around and sending it ahead, but it's too far and picked off by Graysick. Graysick off the boards, but now the Quad Cities has it back. And a drive to the puck. Nice job by Pleiter to get it away. She's got it through some traffic. Good stick handling for a while, but then she loses it. Comes out to center ice, and it belongs to the Quad Cities. Here they come again, but a nice knock away by Pleiter. It comes to Race, one of the defenders. He sends it back to center ice. And picked up there by the Quad Cities, and back into the zone they go, and a shot, slow one, is driving to the left side of the net, and diving out there to cover it up was Brownlee. And that produces the face-off. 1 minute and 4 seconds into the final period. The clock is stopped, so that's very nice to see.
It is nice to see that.
And Brownlee at center, able to win the draw. She gets it back around the net. Picked up there by the Quad Cities. It's loose, knocked away, and it's still loose, and now knocked back in by the Quad Cities before it crossed the blue line, actually. Now it comes out, and it's at center ice. Quad Cities with it. Conager trying to steal it there, couldn't do that. Now it's across the line, puck knocked away. Conager gets it and gets it out of the zone again, and into the Quad City zone it goes. 1 minute and 3/4 into the final period. Here's a knock away and a steal by Crow, but she lost it, and a 2-on-1 now for the Quad Cities with Nord the defender. A backdoor pass and a shot on goal, up on top of the net. It comes down in front of it, and Nord gets it out of the zone. Great play by the goaltender and by Claudia, who drives into the zone through defenders there. They force her into the corner, centering pass, and the ball knocked away by the Quad Cities, and it comes out of the zone. An opportunity there to tie the game, but it didn't happen.
They played with a puck.
Yes, yes. Did I say?
He said ball.
Yeah. Well, here's a shot from the wing that's a little too high for the Quad City Blues. Yeah, just so you know, they are playing with a puck and not with a ball, as the shot is a little wide to the near side by the Wildcats. Comes out to the point. With it there, Graysick now on the ice for the defense. And a centering pass by Brownlee, but unable to pick it up was Angel, and now the other way goes the Quad Cities. And Race knocks it away. It's loose and dumped into the corner. And a centering pass, nobody there, picked up by Kramer, and she finds Pleiter. Pleiter driving into the zone, an opportunity for Marin Pleiter, and she fumbles it, gets it back, tries the backhand, but it's not a strong shot, and it's stopped easily, and it comes back out to the wing. Or Graysick able to put it down behind the net. Angel with it there. Now back to the other side. Holding it is Pleiter, but she has it stolen. Graysick able to knock it away. It comes loose, and Nord and a Quad Cities defender both chasing it. Nord takes control of it. Good job by Claudia as she comes the other way. And stick handling beautifully. To the red line goes Nord. Now into the zone, and it's offsides. Pleiter got there a little too soon. So a stoppage of play with 8:07 left in this game. 1-0. Just one goal scored, and it was scored by the Quad Cities. The face-off just outside the Quad Cities blue line. It comes back to the Wildcat defense. Chasing it down is Race. Sends it ahead, but it's knocked away by the Quad Cities. Now into the zone it goes. Race and Weber with it. Weber handling it for a moment. Comes back out to the top. Race just able to keep it in, but the Quad Cities picks it up and sends it back to center ice. And here's an opportunity now for the Quad Cities. Good defense work there by Crow as she knocked it away from the Wild player. Excuse me. They're not the Wild. They are the Blues. Loose puck now up against the board. And Conager did a good job of coming out with it, but it's knocked away from her, and back into the Wildcat zone it goes. Here's Race with it. Ahead toward Conager. Conager not able to get it. Behind her is Brownlee, and Caitlin Brownlee into the zone. And knocked away from her. Comes back out of the zone. Graysick with it. Dumps it back to Nord. Claudia looking it over. Sends it ahead, but it's picked off by the Quad Cities. And here's the pass back behind the net. It goes. Graysick sends it ahead, stays in the zone. Quad Cities controls it. Here's a pass back. Still loose. Now from the point, driving to the goal. Backhand shot. Score for the Quad Cities, and it's 2-0 now in favor of the Blues.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
That it was. 6:33 left here in the final period. And, of course, Evanston able to come back from a 2-goal deficit 2 times yesterday, but that seems less likely today just because of the nature of this game. Very defensive so far. So the Blues up 2-0, 6:33 to go. Face off at center ice, and with it is Kramer. Kramer backhands the pass across the blue line. Pleiter with the puck, looking to drop it back, just barely did so. Graysick able to keep it in, and now Graysick coming toward the net. The shot, that could have gone in, but it was deflected slightly just above the goal post by the goaltender for the Quad Cities. Now the pass comes to the right wing, back out to the point. Grace puts it in. Here's Graysick with it. She backhands it into the other corner. Just under 6 minutes to go, third period. Back out to the point, and Graysick not able to field it until it's past the blue line, so the Wildcats have to reset, but an interception for the Quad Cities. And here's the drive, and a shot, and saved beautifully by Brownlee, but it's loose, and then knocked away nicely by the defenseman Graysick. Into the corner it goes.
Whoa,
and a scramble for it. Yeah, and there is a penalty coming up. Yeah, hard hit there.
Yeah.
And it will be...
Should be on the Quad Cities. But
I thought it was, but it looks like it is against Pleiter.
Oh, it's a offsetting.
Okay, both of them. All right, so it's 4-on-4. Which isn't all bad for the Wildcats. 4-on-4 is more likely to produce goals than 5-on-5.
It is. Opens up the ice a little bit.
Or will they? Are they doing 4-on-4? They should. They usually do. And it looks like they are. Yep. So the face-off just outside the Evanston blue line. And the draw won by the Quad Cities. Into the zone they go. On the right side, a shot deflected by the goaltender. Brownlee goes into the corner. And around the horn it goes, behind the net, picked up by the Wildcats. Here's the pass ahead toward Weber, but deflected off target. Now it's into the Quad City zone, and right at the blue line, they're able to bring it out. 5 minutes to go in the period. 30 seconds left in the 2 penalties, 1 against each team, and a good catch on a shot from the right wing by the Quad Cities. Brownlee with yet another good-looking save. Clock is still stopping when the whistle blows. 4:55 left in this game. Wildcats down 2-0. And the face-off coming, and Quad Cities wins that. A deflected shot is a slow, looping pop fly to the goaltender who makes the nice catch.
Good job by Race to get her stick down there to prevent a full shot.
Yep. Draw one by the Quad Cities. Here's the shot right up in front of the goal, but knocked away by Nord, who goes into the corner to get it. Comes out toward the wing, but picked off by the Quad Cities. Here's a pass, but behind the Quad Cities player who was open. Now it comes across the center of the goal again, the mouth of the goal. Out of the zone it goes, and the Wildcats looking to get control of the puck, but they can't do it. Back comes the Quad Cities. Nord, the defender, deflects that pass out of, or the shot out of play. 4:19 left.
Back at full strength.
And both teams back at 5. Yep. So time running short for the Wildcats as they try to make the comeback here. Fleiter and her line on the ice as it goes back behind the net. Marin Fleiter with it there. Sends it up the boards, but her pass deflected, again out of play. Another face-off coming. And they'll come out of the zone this time.
So it looks like Brownlee has changed up the offensive line here a little bit. He's got Angel, Fleiter, and Weber.
That is a little different than it was. With it is Nord. As the Wildcats won the draw, Claudia Nord driving into the lane, picked up by Fleiter, but now it's loose and not quite kept in. It's out of the zone, and it is offsides because the Wildcats not able to get back to the other side of the blue line quite in time. They were close. So the face-off just outside the blue line. 3:56 left. 2-goal deficit for the Wildcats at 2-0. Nord. Pass ahead, deflected. Nord knocks it away from the Quad Cities player, and here's Weber into the zone, the Quad Cities zone, but now it's taken away. And back comes the Quad Cities, 2-on-2. Now 2-on-1, and a shot deflected nicely by Graysick, goes to the corner, and coming out of there is Fleiter. Fleiter in traffic, good move through a couple of defenders. Here's Fleiter with Angel. Angel from the wing, able to put it behind the net. It bounces off the board, hits the back of the goal. A battle in the other corner now for it, and it's loose, saved in by the Wildcats as Kramer knocked it behind the net. Comes out toward the point. Graysick looking for it, battling for it, and the Quad Cities come away with it and send it back to center ice. Here's Race. Ahead it goes. Knocked away, and into the Wildcat zone it goes, but Graysick is there in time to steer it the other way. We are down to 2:42 to go. 2-0 Blues over the Wildcats. The pass ahead, and now loose at center ice. Race fields it for the Wildcats. Ahead to Kramer, and into the Quad City zone. It comes outside the zone now. Race waiting for everybody to get on sides and then dumps it in nicely. Good timing by her. Just over 2 minutes to go. A battle for the puck. And a shot on goal by Angel. Not a real hard shot, but it was on goal, and it's saved by the Quad Cities goaltender with 2:08 left to play.
And you have to think Brownlee's going to pull that goaltender soon.
I would guess, even if you're down 2, why not do that? Yep. So here's the face-off, comes out and picked up by the Quad Cities. Driving into the zone. And the puck knocked away nicely by Crow. Comes out to center ice. And a steal by Brownlee. Caitlin Brownlee unable to hang on to it. It's loose at center, and it's picked up by the Quad Cities. Into the zone they go. And the shot is deflected and goes above the goal. Also deflected a little bit by Brownlee, the goaltender. I'm not sure it was on net. Here's Conager with it. Ahead to Nord. Nord into the front area, and her shot is saved by the goaltender. A good save, Nord, with a great scoring opportunity there. But the Quad Cities goalie comes up with the big save with 1:29 to go. And the Wildcats have not taken their goalie away yet.
Looks like Brownlee's switching up the lines here a little bit for the end of the game.
Yep.
We have 6 people on the ice.
And the goaltender. Yeah. Well, they're not. Are they going to call a penalty against them for too many?
Maybe they didn't drop. I think that's why they stopped.
All right. So Conager gets off the ice, and here's the face-off. Won by the Wildcats. Out to the point it goes. Pass into the middle. Backhand pass, and the shot deflected. Graysick had a good opportunity there, but a defender was there to deflect the shot. Now into the corner it goes. Graysick with it. Loose puck again. She gets it back. Tries to center it. Can't do it. Quad Cities gets it.
Nope.
Down the ice they go, and offside's called. Yep.
Boy, they got the puck just as soon as Pat pulled Leela.
Ah. And now 1 minute and 1 second to go. And the face-off just outside the Evanston blue line, but they're going to keep the goaltender Leela Brownlee on the bench and go 6-on-5. Here's the draw.
Good job.
Good job of winning that draw. An important one to win, but now an interception and a shot on goal is a little wide. And Nord comes back to rescue it and looks to keep it, but it's loose. And an opportunity here for an easy goal, and they don't get it. Now a shot, and it is a goal.
They're going to count that one.
And so it's 3-0 for the Quad Cities. 45 seconds left. And now the goaltender will go back on the ice. They haven't put the goal on the scoreboard yet, and the officials are saying something. Maybe that was not a goal. We're not sure. They're not talking to us. They're talking to the official scorer on the other side of the ice.
They're kicking somebody out of the game.
They are. Not sure why that is, but maybe a penalty against the Blues.
Oh, you know what? They are giving
now
them the
they
goal.
do put the goal on the board, and it is no penalty. So I'm not sure what that was all about. 3-0 is the score in favor of the Quad Cities. Here's Nord. Her pass intercepted, and a shot is deflected by the goaltender. We're down to 34 seconds to go. Up in front of the goal, the puck covered up by Caitlin Brownlee of the Wildcats. Ahead to Graysick. Graysick driving from the near side to the far side, and a pass ahead is to Kramer, who gets it into the Quad City zone. Out to the point, Nord feeds it toward the goal. Now down to a dozen seconds as it's taken by the Quad Cities, and they have it into the zone. 5 seconds left. Good defense there by Race. Knocked the ball into the corner. That'll prevent another goal for the Quad Cities as the game comes to an end with the final score, the Quad Cities 3 and the Wildcats nothing. Well, game not overall quite as entertaining as yesterday's, but still well played, especially defensively.
Yeah. And another great game from Leela.
Yes. An even better game for her.
Yeah.
So the weekend tournament comes to an end. No wins for the Wildcats, but they do gain a lot, I think, from their play here in Des Moines.
I do agree. I feel like this tournament and the whole weekend's been a big success for the team chemistry, team dynamic.
Yep. And it's been a lot of fun for us.
And it's been exactly.
Which is really the most important thing about
right, it's us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the whole weekend's been fun, and that's what it's supposed to be about. So.
Exactly.
All right, well, we are going to close up shop and get on the road, and we will see you guys back in Evanston. We'll see you in Bloomington.
Yes.
And reminder, our next game is Sunday, November 3rd at 7:30 at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. And